When people ask what we do at the Barnabas Network, I tell them the best way to sum it up is we use furniture to change lives. We function as a furniture bank, and the premise is really simple. We collect gently used furniture that people don't want and don't need, and we give it to people that do want it and desperately need it. Since our founding in 2006, Barnabas has grown to become the Triad's only nonprofit furniture bank, serving an average of 800 families per year, recycling over 8,000 pieces of furniture, including 1,000 beds, with more than half going to children in our community that did not have a bed to sleep in. We turn empty houses into homes for individuals and families that are on the path to self-sufficiency. They're transitioning out of homelessness, fleeing abuse or violence, recovering from a disaster, or struggling to overcome severe poverty. We focus on providing a helping hand up rather than a handout, with our motto of recycling furniture, restoring lives.
The most rewarding part to me is seeing people happy that they finally got something, and that, you know, that we're doing good in people's lives. So
it definitely is seeing the impact that it makes on the lives of the families that we serve. We have a lot of families that are in need and in somewhat desperate situations sometimes, and we meet that need, we provide that need, so I love it.
We had a bad flood and it's like mold in the house, so I've recently lost everything.
I'm almost in tears. I feel overwhelmed. You know, I'm a single mom and I'm trying to save, and
I was trying to figure out how to get something for my kids, somewhere to sleep, somewhere to eat.
And I was approved, and the furniture that I have, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm excited, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It means we can have a normal house, especially with my kids. Going to school, they need a desk, and have a kitchen table to eat at, and have somewhere to sit and watch TV to make the house a home.
At the end of the day, the Barnabas Network is neighbors helping neighbors. Together, we're providing stability, peace of mind, and a good night's sleep for families that are on the path to self-sufficiency. Helping someone set up a functional home, giving them a place to sit, a place to eat, and a place to sleep is a simple and wonderful act that can change their life and yours forever. In the past few years, we've doubled our warehouse space, added key staff members, extended our hours, and taken many other steps to expand our capacity and improve our ability to serve, with the overall goal of eliminating wait times for families to receive furniture. We were well on our way when COVID-19 hit. Like many organizations, we had to shut down for a bit. The safety and well-being of our team and the families we serve are our top priorities. We made some changes. We quickly redesigned our shopping experience and reopened for families to now shop virtually with FaceTime, Zoom, or Duo. We adapted our referral process, allowing partners to send photos of the family's homes to substitute for the in-person home visits that are typically used to document the need. And that was probably the most surprising part. The photos we saw were jarring. It's one thing to hear that a child doesn't have a bed. It's another thing altogether to see the photo of their room and to comprehend that in the year 2020, this is the world in which they live. Here in our community, I know we can do better. And really, that's why we're here. Because life's challenges don't stop during pandemics. They only get magnified. We're rising to meet the need and fulfill our purpose, to be here to help our neighbors through times like these, to be ready, willing, and able to help in an even bigger way on the other side. And tonight, we ask for your support to help make that happen.
Welcome, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. We appreciate everybody for staying on during those technical difficulties. I think we have so many people on here that we might have crashed the feed there for a moment, but we are so grateful that you have joined us tonight. So hello and welcome. First off, I want to start off with a question. Where are you right now? No, really, where are you? How long has it been since you've taken a moment to think and reflect and take stock? We know the past few months have been a whirlwind for everyone, an emotional roller coaster to say the least. Tonight, for 10 minutes, what we're saying is take a moment as we gather together, and I invite you to look around and appreciate where you really are right now in the world, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Welcome. My name is Derek Sods. I serve as the Executive Director of the Barnabas Network. On behalf of our entire team, we hope this evening finds you and your family well. And as you've probably heard, the common refrain this year, this is definitely not what we were expecting when we started planning this dinner event back in January. However, one thing we've certainly gained during the first half of the year is perspective. We are grateful to be here, grateful to be able to serve, and grateful for your support. And grateful that you've taken a moment to join us to learn about the Barnabas Network, the work we're preparing to accomplish. Now, back when we could gather in person and share before large groups, I would often start talks like these by having the audience take a couple minutes to think and reflect about the furniture in their own lives and how that furniture helps turn a house into a home. It's easy for furniture to be a part of the background, a part of the stage of our lives. But without that furniture there, how dramatically does the scene change? Our hope is that you find yourself tonight safe and sound, warm and cozy in your home or friend's home, enjoying a delicious meal, some good fellowship, because moments are like these are good for the soul anytime in one's life, but especially so right now. So take some time to look around your home at the furniture and furnishings that are helping make this moment possible. As you're probably aware, if you read, watch, or overhear the news headlines of the day, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. When words and phrases like pandemic, unprecedented, shutdowns, lockdowns, new normal, barely scratch the surface of what's going on in our country and world right now, it's easy to feel lost, perhaps helpless, or even hopeless. Now, as you're looking around your home or your friend's home, and you're taking this moment to think about your life and where you are, I ask you to step outside of your own shoes and imagine what that scene looks like for many families in our community that are struggling to digest those same headlines. Imagine you're in homes like the ones in the video. And imagine that instead of just reading about the 30 million people that are experiencing unemployment right now, or hearing about the 32% of households that are behind on mortgage or rent, imagine you're actually in one of those households. And suddenly news stories about moratoriums on evictions carry a whole new weight. Now, many of us have experienced similar moments in our own lives when after the kids are tucked in at night, you're sitting at the dinner table and trying to juggle and sort out all of life's challenges, jobs and bills and things now like remote learning schedules. It can be overwhelming. And as you try to carve a path forward, you know that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach. Now imagine what that feels like when there is no table and your children have no beds. And if you find yourself unemployed in the middle of a pandemic, trying to make those same decisions, what do you do? Well, we hope to answer that question before the end of our presentation tonight, but on our way there, there's some business to which we need to attend. Looking at the essence of traditions of our dinner event, the key elements are to take a moment to reflect and share, which we are covering right now, and to celebrate and acknowledge the inspiring efforts of key volunteers, and to talk about the work and challenges that lie ahead. So up next, we want to acknowledge and celebrate the efforts of two key individuals that have been instrumental to the Barnabas Network becoming what it is today. I've hit the wrong button here on my notes, so you'll have to wait for me just a moment. All right, we're gonna stop that right there. All right, we're good. I made notes because we're on a tight schedule here. I've got somebody watching the counter, and my stagecoach turns back into a pumpkin if I don't get done exactly at 7:20. So here we go. The Rosalind Tanner Orr Spirit of Barnabas Award was created in 2010 and named for the Barnabas Network's first executive director. It has been given at every dinner since to recognize the outstanding efforts of exceptional volunteers. Like many organizations, our strengths lie in the commitments that individuals make to give of themselves, to share their time, efforts, and energy. Often in an organization, there are those who talk and there are those who take action. The actions of this year's recipients have varied from the simple and sometimes mundane, like folding, stuffing, and sealing and stamping hundreds of letters and invitations, to the crucial, critical, and complex task of leading and guiding the organization through momentous transition, growth, and development. As with many great volunteers, the bulk of these efforts happen behind the scenes. And by the time you realize that the going has gotten tough, this volunteer has already been going, sending emails, making phone calls, and putting together spreadsheets. Whether it is planning a dinner gala, hosting cocktail parties, or rolling up her sleeves to design a website, I know whenever this year's recipient puts her mind to it, the task is going to get done. The only thing that outshines this volunteer's contributions is the selflessness with which she gives, never seeking credit or recognition for her efforts. In fact, the only reason we dare present this award to her tonight is knowing that she's safely several miles away. Thus, it is my great honor to share that this year's recipient of the Spirit of Barnabas Award is Harriet Knox. Harriet, yep, you can applaud. Harriet, thank you for taking action to help make the world a better place for so many families here in our community. Now, as an organization, our name references St. Barnabas, which, as most biblical names do, carries a certain meaning with it. In this case, it translates roughly to son of encouragement. And as an organization, we work to provide systemic encouragement to those on the path to self-sufficiency. It is, in fact, the inspiration of our motto, recycling furniture, restoring lives. Now, since before Barnabas began, Darnell Brame has been living that purpose. Using his own pickup truck and garage, he would gather items of furniture that people didn't want or didn't need, and he would share them with people in the community that did want them and desperately needed them. Darnell would eventually go on to connect and partner with a small group of dedicated volunteers, and through a truly grassroots effort, together they founded the Barnabas Network. Their simple acts of kindness done with selfless generosity set us on the path to be the only nonprofit furniture bank focused on neighbors helping neighbors by providing a helping hand up rather than a handout. Darnell has recently announced he is beginning to move towards semi-retirement. Having worked more than 2 jobs since before the age of 18, we celebrate his efforts. And I speak on behalf of the staff and board when I say from the bottom of our heart, thank you for sharing your vision. Thank you for sharing your efforts. Thank you for helping to found this organization. Thank you for your leadership in helping to build it into what it is today. And most importantly, thank you for living a life that inspires others to give. And Darnell, it is a small token of our gratitude, but we appreciate everything you've done for Barnabas Network. Now, Darnell was adamant that we not make a big to-do about him, and I beg your forgiveness, but we could not let this evening be complete without honoring his life's work. Darnell and Harriet both, their actions and efforts were never done for attention or praise, but the ways in which they live and give back to the community are inspiring. In fact, I think the greatest testament to the actions and efforts of any volunteer or leader is in what they are able to inspire others to see within themselves. We share and acknowledge their contributions for that purpose and to answer the question of what can we do? When you find yourself, as they say, in the maddening maze of things and tossed by storm and flood, to one fixed trust our spirit clings, we know that God is good. Tonight, here is the incredible message of hope that I am called to share with you, and pay close attention. The message of hope is not that we are here and we are ready to help. We are, thanks to the hardworking staff you see behind me, we are still here and we are ready to serve. The message is not that we've seen an amazing outpouring of furniture and donations from our community. We have, because spring cleaning has nothing on pandemic cleaning. No, the message of hope I'm sharing tonight is that even in a pandemic, with high unemployment and an incredible level of uncertainty, in homes where families don't even have a table to gather around or a bed to sleep in, people are waking up and working each and every day to better themselves. They are taking action to put a roof over their head and keep a roof over their head. And they're working to change their own life and their children's lives. Let's meet them halfway on that path to self-sufficiency. Let's give them that helping hand up. So if you're wondering how you can help or what you can do, I challenge you tonight to take that action. If you find yourself in a place to give, please give. whether it be furniture, houseware items, or monetarily. The total actual cost for us to serve a family, to gather and collect and clean and sort and store and deliver all the furniture, everything it takes to turn a house into a home, it cost us about $500. To meet the need we're seeing and to be ready to serve the 250 families we anticipate coming through our door between now and the end of the year, we need to raise $125,000. The good news is that even before our official kickoff here tonight, we have already received $17,000 towards this campaign. If every household on this call and on the Facebook live stream were to make a commitment to the level of $1,000 or more, then we certainly will be well on our way to make that goal. But most importantly, it will mean that we're going to be here to meet that family halfway and to provide that helping hand up to turn houses into home. Now, it's not much, but this year I too want to be a person of action. And so officially I'm planning to give at that level myself for two important reasons. One, I'm going to give in honor of turning a house into a home for Darnell Bray and the work that he's done through the years to help us, and in honor of folks like Harriet Knox. We might not be able to solve all the world's problems, but we can change the world one house at a time, one home at a time. If you feel called to give, please find the form in your dinner package, or you can give online at thebarnabasnetwork.org. We welcome your support. We thank you for seeing possibilities and potential in furniture and in people. Let's work together to make this world a better place. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to all the sponsors who have made this virtual experience possible. Stay safe and be well.